We are going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, everybody. Again, for those of you who just jumped on, my name is Mindy Deeble, and I live here in Boise, Idaho. And tonight, I am so excited for us to talk about health because, as you all know, our health is truly our wealth, right? And I would love if you can drop it in the chat and let us know what your big health goal is. Why are we talking about health tonight? Well, I'm just actually going to pull up some slides because, as you know, there is more disease and more issues with our health than ever before. And I'm just going to give you some stats that are kind of depressing, really. I'm sure that you guys would agree with me on this, but in the last 2 decades, diabetes has nearly tripled, asthma and cancer has nearly doubled, autism has increased 600%, mental health issues are on the rise, such as anxiety, depression, paranoia, bipolar, schizophrenia. Heart disease is on the rise. Digestive issues are on the rise. Up to 74% of Americans have a digestive issue. 88% of Americans have dysregulated glucose levels. So I know this is depressing, but you know what I love is that there are answers. So I'm going to give you some, many professionals are nutrition professionals, whether they are doctors, nurses. In fact, I know we have several medical professionals on the line. Drop in the chat if you are a medical professional, but they are noticing that there is a gap in functional medicine. In fact, it takes an average of about 3 years for most people to receive a diagnosis for autoimmune. And there are nearly 80 million Americans that are suspected to have an autoimmune condition. So this is obviously a big issue. There's over 100 diseases considered to be, autoimmune diseases. And many of them we know, such as Crohn's, colitis, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus. Some of them I can't even say, right? Hashimoto's thyroiditis, I think is how you say that. So many different diseases. And according to Andrea Nakayama, who's a certified holistic health coach, she's a master of human nutrition and functional medicine. She talks about this in a really basic way. And I want to explain it because I myself, just so you know, I'm not a medical professional. I'm a health advocate. I've studied health for many, many years. And I'm actually getting certified to be a functional nutrition counselor with Andrea. But I want to talk a little bit about what she says, because many of us have symptoms, right? There's so many symptoms for chronic illnesses, whether it's headaches or all of a sudden we just don't feel good. I was one of those people going down that path when I was 20 years old. I started getting major headaches. I started having lots of allergies. I didn't even know what I was allergic to. At one point, I thought maybe I'm allergic to air conditioning. I was diagnosed to be allergic to the cold at a very young age. And for 28 years, I had these issues. And I was going down this path of autoimmune. And I'm so grateful that, about 6 years ago, I ran into a doctor here in Boise who said, you got to get to the root of these issues because the root of the issues can help us with many different things. And so he talked about there's 3 main reasons why our bodies get to disease. And it's a lot like what Andrea is talking about here. But one of those issues is inflammation, or when our digestive system is all messed up. And he suggested enzymes, which we're going to talk about this a little bit. But I will tell you, from going through his program of detoxing my body, I was able to walk away from having to take serious medicines every single day. and not feeling good every single day to feeling great and not having the issues that I was having. Now, I want you to know that tonight we're not going to talk about or claim that we cure any diseases or anything like that, but we truly do believe that when we focus on the root of issues, we can prevent many things and we can just feel better. And so what does Andrea say? Well, if you think about a tree, have you ever seen just a beautiful tree that is thriving and growing and doing amazing? And then maybe you see another tree that is dying, right? Now, how do you help a tree that is dying? It's usually not cutting the branches off. You can cut the branches off, but that tree is still going to die because we didn't focus on the roots of that tree, right? The roots of that tree and the soil of where the roots are growing is where you focus. When you focus on the roots and the environment that those roots are in, then you can take care of all kinds of things. And so Andrea says that the branches are kind of like all the symptoms that we have, the headaches, whatever those symptoms are, we go to the doctor and we say, gosh, I just don't feel good. I have all of these different things going on. That is the symptoms or the branches. And doctors, they say that there is a gap in functional medicine because doctors, their whole focus is to focus on acute issues, right? You go to the doctor and you have an infection, the doctor gives you an antibiotic. Or you go to the doctor, you break your leg, the doctor fixes your leg. But when you come to the doctor with all of these symptoms, right, doctors are usually more focused on acute rather than chronic. And this is why they say there's a gap, and it's so important now to get more educated and this is where that holistic health coach or a nutritionist can come in and really help with different things. And so I actually want to introduce our first guest. I'm so excited for her to be on. She's a certified holistic nutrition practitioner. This gal has blessed and helped so many people in the health arena. And, she understands how to help our bodies and support our bodies with some of these issues. And we feel so blessed to have her here. And I'm just going to let her talk about one of these things within the roots that can really bless and help our bodies. And so please help me welcome Miss Jen Laurie. Jen, thank you so much for sharing tonight. And I'm so excited. I always am taking notes from the wisdom that you bring to us. So again, thank you so much for being on this Health Talk.
Well, I feel honored to be here in front of all of you and honored that Mindy asked me to come do this because I knew that we would have a big audience. And my goal here is to just leave you with some little nuggets that you can take with you and continue your learning journey. And you can now, understand and implement things that are going to help you. So one of the things I want to start off with is I want to start with talking about gut health because the root of all things comes right directly from gut health, right? And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. But before we get started doing that, I'm going to talk about 6 signs that are indicators that your body needs some extra gut support. Because what I have found as I am talking with people is we're not always making the connection of the symptom being connected to the gut health. And so this is just going to give you some information to kind of think about. So I'm going to list off 6 different things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you are someone who feels you might be in this area, I want you to put a 1 when I tell you what the 1 is. I want you to put a 2 in the comments if you're a 2. I just want to see kind of where everyone is at and who we've got on the line here. So number 1 is working out and eating healthy is not helping you on your weight loss journey. That is number 1. So put a 1 in the chat if that is maybe you. Number 2, irritable skin Okay, if you are irritable, if you have skin issues, or irritable bowels. Pop a 2 in the chat. If you look and feel super bloated after a meal, put a number 3 in the chat. I see lots of numbers popping up, so we've got lots of different variations going on here in the crowd. So number 4 is you have one or more autoimmune diseases. Now, Mindy already kind of talked a little bit about that connection, but I'm going to go deeper into that tonight. So number 5 is you suffer regularly from cramps, gas, diarrhea, constipation, or bloating. Okay. And number 6 is your gut issues flare up when you're experiencing depression, anxiety, or stress. Because stress is one of the, chronic stress can cause gut issues. Okay, so I know that what gut issues leads to is nutrient deficiencies, toxic overloads in the body, which then becomes imbalances in the body. So we see how gut health is so crucial that we start right there, right? So I'm going to talk tonight about 2 products that provide incredible support to the gut health. I'm going to really break it down to how it's connected to the gut health. And I'm going to kind of draw you a picture of what kind of leads us there. Okay. So a lot of these symptoms are just signs, right? We just talked about the signs. But we've got 2 products. One is called Enrich. Okay. This is like a 2-part system to getting your gut health back on track. Okay. It's our Glow Collagen and our Enrich. So what happens is when our bodies, if we're experiencing prolonged stress, whether it's low level, high level, doesn't matter, our body is going to be in fight or flight mode all the time, which means our digestion turns off, which means we're not breaking down our food, which then leads to possible nutrient deficiencies. And each pathway in the body every function in the body requires a nutrient pathway. So if we're missing any of those nutrients along the pathway, it's going to show up in some way, shape, or form as a symptom. Okay. And so this is why it's so important. That's just stress alone. But other things like toxins in our food, like if you're eating any processed foods, if you're cooked foods, all those things, we just need extra support to break that down. And never mind the fact that just the aging process alone also decreases our ability to digest food. That alone is just part of the equation. So I'm not going to make this an hour long for you guys. I'm going to try and tighten it up, make sure we don't keep you all night long. But I'm going to start by talking about our enzymes, because when I was introduced to these enzymes, I had been working with enzymes in practice for a long time and just not happy with the results I was getting with the products that I had access to on the market. And when I discovered these, they blew my mind. One, because they're put together so smartly. One, most enzyme formulas on the market are not complete enzymes. This is a complete enzyme formula with 11 plant-based enzymes, chelated minerals to activate the enzymes. What do the enzymes do? All of these enzymes ensures that your food breaks down to the smallest molecular structure so your body can actually access the nutrients. Because what happens is if we're not breaking down our food fully, right? Because maybe you're like, I'm breaking down my food, it's fine. But are you breaking it down fully? It'd be really hard to identify that. And if you have symptoms, I suspect that maybe you're not. So we want to be able to break our food down completely, because if we're not fully digesting it, maybe we get like kind of gassy after we eat. Maybe we're kind of burpy a little bit after we eat. Maybe we've got that indigestion, the bloating. I saw lots of those in the comments there pop up. And so what can happen with that is, like, over time, if we're not breaking down our food fully, we're not accessing those essential vitamins, minerals, amino acids, our body's going to be nutrient deficient. So you kind of see the pathway of like how that can lead up to the nutrient deficiencies, right? And so what else is in this formula is prebiotics and probiotics. And that's what I mean by it's like so smart, because I call this a total complete digestive top to bottom, quite literally, digestive health support, because the products are made in perfect balance to create a synergistic effect that affects every aspect of your digestion going all the way down the line. It's not just a single spot of your digestion. Like, it's not just in your stomach. It's not just in your bowels. It's the whole picture. Okay. It's your intestines. It's all the things. And so it has these prebiotics and probiotics in there, which play a crucial role in maintaining your healthy gut microbiome. We hear this like microbiome word all the time, but like, how do we create a healthy gut microbiome? Well, we need to make sure it's populated with healthy bacteria. B, make sure we're feeding the good bacteria with good things, which is why I love that there's also prebiotics in this blend, because the prebiotics feed the probiotics, keep them alive, right? So that they can really implant themselves where we need them in our small intestine, right? So, what does having a balanced microbiome do? It supports your digestion. It helps regulate your immune function. We know that over 70% of our immune function is right in our gut. So it makes sense that autoimmune conditions would be connected to poor gut health when we look at that simple fact that 70% of our immune system is found in our gut. So it also protects us against harmful pathogens. So this is really important to keep our immune system stronger. It's also going to prevent conditions like leaky gut syndrome. Okay. Leaky gut syndrome means there's like gaps and holes in our gut, which then leads to larger particles that are not being broken down from our foods, and toxins to get into the bloodstream. When it gets into the bloodstream, it can wreak havoc and cause things like chronic inflammation and autoimmune diseases. Okay. So that's why this is so important, because one, we need to be able to access our nutrients. We need to be able to absorb our nutrients. So we need to take care of our microbiome, and we need to make sure we're accessing all the nutrients from our food. Okay. So those are a couple things that are going to help with that. And so we have a couple powerful testimonies. So I hope I haven't lost you, because you're going to want to listen to the testimonies we have on the two products I'm going to talk about. So stick with me just a little bit longer here. I'm going to move on to talking about the Glow Collagen, because we just mentioned chronic inflammation. And one of the things that the Glow Collagen is going to do is it's going to help with bringing down inflammation, right? And so what does inflammation look like in the body? Because sometimes we just don't know what we don't know. So I wanted to just put it out there in case anyone doesn't know, because inflammation is the root cause of so many diseases. Some people say that it's like the root cause of all disease, right? So we look at things like, just a few examples to give you, is arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. They're just joint inflammation. That's what it is, right? Heart disease stems from inflammation of the arteries. Asthma is caused by inflammation of the bronchial tubes. Allergies are a result from inflammation in the sinuses. Fibromyalgia involves inflammation in the muscles and the tissues. Plantar fasciitis. So you'll see a lot of the words have like the itis, right? All the itis words we hear out there in the world, those are all meaning inflammation. So that's inflammation in the tissues of your feet. Headaches are often caused by inflammation. If you have like if you feel puffy in your face and in your neck, that can be because of inflammation. So we see how inflammation is connected to so many things. And one of the things I love about our Glow Collagen is it is a formula that brings inflammation down, and brings it down quite significantly. And that helps with relieving pain in the joints and in the body. And so this is like actually what led me here, because I had chronic back pain for 25 years that went away after 5 days. I didn't have a formal diagnosis other than chronic back pain, because diagnosis process is pretty long sometimes. And if they can't pinpoint it, they just say you have inflammation. So I quit asking after a while and just learned to live with it. But I had a flare up and it just would not go away after 10 months. And I was desperate and I found this and I thought, what is it going to hurt to try it? I'm going to give it a try. So really, really helped with that. But now how is it connected to the gut health? So we're going to get the inflammation down by using this collagen. The other thing that it's going to do is it's going to strengthen the gut lining. So remember I talked about leaky gut syndrome where now we have things leaking into our bloodstream. It's going to tighten the junctures of your gut lining to ensure that nothing is slipping through and creating that leaky gut syndrome. So that's going to really help with you with that area. So we want to be able to repair and maintain that intestinal barrier because it's going to reduce the permeability, making sure that nothing is slipping through and everything's actually going right through our digestive system. This is crucial for preventing toxins getting into our system and any undigested food particles from entering into the bloodstream. So you can see how all these two products really would work synergistically. One's going to help, access all the nutrients, absorb all the nutrients. One's going to go in and ensure the gut lining and the junctures in there are really tight so that nothing's slipping through into the bloodstream. It's all going to relate to having that healthier gut. Now, I'm going to bring on my friend Shelly to tell her story. About using this one because, well, I'm just going to let her share. So my friend Shelly, she had been struggling for a really long time. I reached out to Shelly, said, I think you should take a look at this. I think there might be something that could help you here. And she just has the wildest testimony. She has only been using the products for 1 month. And so I'm going to toss it over to you, Shelly. I'm so excited for you to share your story here tonight.
Thanks, Jen. It's a pleasure to be on here with everybody. So, when I was born, I was not born with enough cells in the wall of my bowel. So that created a lot of bowel issues for me growing up. Severe pain, unable to use the bathroom. As I got older, it got worse. Long story short, I literally could go a month or more without using the washroom because nothing was working in my digestive system. And with what was going on with my bowels, created all this digestive issues. And so I couldn't eat anything with gluten. I could not eat anything with lactose in it. I was on prescription enzymes. To eat anything, I had to take 4 to 5 prescription enzymes with every meal, and 3 enzymes for snacks. On top of that, if it had gluten or lactose, I also had to take a gluten and lactose enzyme. So needless to say, my digestive health was not good at all. And so a month ago, I started on the Enrich, and literally the very first tablet I took, when I got my order, I decided I was putting all my other enzymes to the side. I really wanted to give this a test. And my first meal, I took 1 enzyme. I literally had no pain. Now you have to understand, when I was on the prescription ones and I would eat, I was still in severe pain with my stomach after, 7 different enzymes. So I was completely amazed with this. I've never been able to eat fruits and vegetables. They will not digest for me. And so the next day I put them to the test, made this big stir fry. I put every vegetable I could think of into this stir fry. I ate that stir fry. I couldn't believe it. I had no stomach bloat. I had no pain in my stomach. It was like I hadn't even eaten. It was amazing. So I've continued to try foods that I have not been able to ever eat. I just keep introducing into my diet. And every day I'm more and more amazed at what I can eat. And last Friday was my final test with these enzymes. I was trying to find something wrong with these enzymes. And we ordered a pizza. And so all the gluten, all the lactose, all the processed meats, just a piece of horribleness. But I'll tell you, it tasted good. But I took one enzyme, and that's all I've ever taken with any of my meals is one enzyme. And I ate that pizza. I had two pieces even, and not one issue. So I will never go another day in my life without these enzymes.
I love it. I love it, Shelley. I love it so much because I cannot imagine a world where I couldn't eat so many different things. Like it would be depressing. It would definitely affect my mental health as well, which is definitely also connected to gut health, by the way. But so important. Thank you so much for sharing your powerful story. It really goes to show that this formula has just been created so smartly by our scientific advisory board to really create that big impact. Because I love how you shared, like, all it takes is one, right? Like, that's crazy. You were taking 5 to 6 enzymes and still having some symptoms and
Oh
sometimes
yeah.
lots of symptoms.
And I've never had to take more than one.
That's amazing. I
They're
love it.
amazing.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. I've got one more here for you before I'm going to pass it over to our next guest speaker. But Diane, will you come off mute here and share your Glow Collagen story?
Yes, hi. Good evening, everybody. I'm Diane. Oh my gosh, I'm so honored to share this stage with these amazing women, by the way. And I learned so much within just this 30 minutes of being on this call. When you were naming those 6 signs, I was like, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like all of the above. And it's so funny how you said, I don't know, we don't know what we don't know. Well, that was me before I even started any of these products with Trinot. Before Trinot, I was working out. I thought I was doing healthy things, but I didn't know that the unhealthy things were actually affecting my skin. And so I loved eating, indulging, going out. Being here in the Bay Area in San Francisco, there's lots of spots to go eat, and there's a lot of places to go party afterwards too as well. So within my 20s and 30s, I was really abusing my body without even knowing it, just loading up my body with all these toxins and really affecting my gut, not knowing that it's going to affect me later on. And so years have gone by. I've entered my 40s, and I feel like when the 40s came, everything just went haywire. And I had to take it up a notch with the workouts. I had to take it up a notch with the eating healthy. I was, trying celery juices and all these different things just to, fix what I thought was going to fix my skin. My skin was going crazy. It really was just dry, no elasticity. I never had problems with it. And so it was like as if it was so dry that I'll give you a picture. It's like you would bread your face in like cornflakes. It was like that bad. And I did not want to see anybody. I stayed indoors. I tried whatever I can, exfoliants, lotions, you name it, I tried it. I'm a big victim of Instagram scrolling and shopping. I bought every potion, lotion, whatever there is on Instagram, and none of that worked for me. It got to the point that I did need to go to the doctor. I couldn't sleep at night. It just felt like a million fire ants were just crawling all over my skin in random times at night. And I would just wake up and my mood would be so bad. I would be irritable and I was just so depressed. And if you don't know me, I am the most confident person walking in the room. I'm saying hi to everybody. I'm that type of person. But during this time when my skin was acting up, I was a different Diane. And it's kind of sad to kind of think about it going back to it. But I was scrolling again on Instagram, found a post posted by my friend about glow and how glow can help my skin. And I was like, you know what? I want to try it. I'm looking for something natural. I don't want to try any steroid type of ointments. that, you know, a doctor would end up prescribing for me. I just want to do something natural for me. And knowing that collagen can help your skin, I was like, why not give this a try? Well, I got my bottle. I did something called collagen loading. So I did an ounce of collagen in the morning on an empty stomach, and then an ounce before I went to sleep. In 3 days, the burning sensation had gone away. And in 5 days, I was feeling normal again. I was able to sleep. Finally, I wasn't getting woken up in the middle of the night with the fire ants all over my face. Soon enough, the elasticity of my skin came back. My skin started feeling hydrated again. I was able to use my favorite skincare that I had to stop using because my skin was so inflamed and so sensitive. And then I gained my confidence back again. But on top of all that, I lost some belly weight. My joints were feeling a whole lot better. I was like, what is going on here? And look, I just learned it was within. The collagen helped me from within, not only with my skin, but with a lot of other things that I didn't know was connected. That's my story.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing your story. It's so, so powerful. And I love that we do look at like beauty from within. Like it really truly starts in the inside, right? We've got the gut skin axis, the gut brain axis. It always goes back to the gut. So that's it for the gut. We're going to move on to our next speaker. I'm going to bring Mindy back on to introduce our amazing next speaker. You are going to want to have a pen and paper. Every time I listen to this speaker, I learn something new. She's absolutely brilliant. So take it away, Mindy. You go ahead and introduce our next speaker.
All right, Jen, thank you so much for sharing. Oh my gosh, what incredible information. I know that everybody got so much from that. And yes, I'm so excited to introduce our next guest. She's going to talk about metabolic health. And I just want to bring this up really quick, okay? Because you just heard, there's so many issues happening. Well, doctors, like I said, are looking at these issues. And Dr. Casey Means, she says, again, American health is being destroyed. It's being destroyed because of chronic illness. These diseases are caused by metabolic dysfunction. So we say the roots of these issues, right? The toxins and inflammation, as well as metabolic dysfunction. When we can focus in those two arenas with our health, it's huge. And so we have a gal who is a rock star in this arena. She has blessed so many people. She's a health coach that has, and a health advocate, but has blessed many people all across the country with their health, and a wealth of knowledge. Every time she talks, I am taking notes, just learning about how, we can all improve our health in a major way. And so please help me welcome Miss Lauren Girardin. I'm so excited that you are here tonight. And
Hello.
I know everybody can't wait to hear your wealth of knowledge. So you take it away. Thank you again.
Great. Okay, you guys. So I am Lauren Girardin. And yes, I am a health coach. I actually, just to give you a little background, I used to own my own fitness company, and I really focused on moms, pre and postnatal moms in their fitness journey and nutrition journey. And so that's kind of where my love and my background of diving into health and wellness. And then actually when I came to Trinont 4 years ago, I spiraled into health and wellness and all the meaning behind natural health and wellness, because it was just something with our products and just everything that we had to offer. I just could not believe the amount of goodness behind them. Okay. So with that being said, I want to let you know, I'm going to talk about metabolic health. I'm going to talk to you about 2 products, and you're going to hear some incredible information. And then I also have a couple testimonies from some people that I want you to hear about. Okay. But before we do that, I did want to let you know about one more testimony that I was going to bring a girl on to go with Jen, but I didn't want to interrupt her. And she hopped on here. I want you guys to hear this because this woman, Brianna, just joined our company like a couple days ago. You guys just got the products in her hand and had unbelievable results with the Enrich. So I just want you to quickly hear her story before I dive into the metabolic health. So let me unmute Brianna. Brianna, can you start talking so I can see if you are good to go?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Can you
Share your
hear me?
story.
Hi. Okay, so I've always well, the past few years I've had severe digestive issues and gut imbalance in general. And it was so bad I couldn't eat. I was having to take drink like the weight gaining shakes. I couldn't hold down any food. I was I was like not digesting my food, but I felt hungry all the time. It was absolutely awful. I also developed like I had eczema when I was a child and it went away for years. And then when the digestion and the gut issues came up for me, the eczema got really bad again because my gut was imbalanced. I got a lot of that under control. I started gaining weight, yet I was still experiencing uncomfortable symptoms that I really wanted to take care of. And I've taken a lot of different supplements for this. I've gotten a lot of it under control, but I was still having severe, like I was still having like bloating. And then I still had like eczema, like right here and right here. And I couldn't believe it because first of all, the products got to me in like 4 days. Because I read some reviews and it's like, oh, they take forever to send their products. They sent them out to me in 14 hours. They were here in 4 days. I was like, oh my gosh. And I had a really good feeling about it. So as soon as I got them, I ate some food and I took the enzyme right away. And I thought, okay, this will help, I'm sure. The next morning I woke up, I'm not going to lie, I felt bloated, I felt nauseated, but I think that was the enzyme and the probiotics kind of like killing the bad bacteria in my gut. Because that day, like not even 24 hours later, because the eczema right here was uncomfortable, it was itchy, it was felt inflamed, it did not feel good. Like I used to have it a lot worse, it was almost all gone. That day the itch went away, like everything, and then like it took like maybe 2 days, the eczema was gone on my face, like it's totally gone, you can't see it at all anymore. I feel like I'm digesting my food better. I feel like my pH has gotten better, like in my body. I feel more balanced. I feel like this is a miracle because I couldn't believe how fast it helped. Like it helped overnight, like within like less than 24 hours. At first, I felt like uncomfortable, but I'm like, it's probably just, it's like fighting the bad bacteria, getting the good bacteria is like,
Yeah.
getting rid of the bad bacteria. And then I felt it that day. I was feeling better. Like the inflammation on my face. I had like hyperpigmentation almost, like where it looked like swollen and like kind of white right here. That started going away. It was like I was getting more blood flow to my face or something.
Yeah.
And it was miraculous. And I'm just like, if it's only been, I started taking it probably like 4 or 5 days ago now. And I'm thinking, if I've noticed this much of a difference that quickly, like what will happen in like a month?
Yeah.
So, and then
Yeah.
I'm also taking the collagen. I've taken the collagen previously, a different collagen. I love liposomal collagen. This collagen, like it definitely, because I have like inflammation as well, and it helps like right away. You can feel the difference.
Totally.
So I'm happy. I can't wait to see what it'll do for my skin.
Yes.
So I'm really
I love that. Thank you so much.
and I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for hopping on.
Yeah.
You guys, I had to share that because she texted me just a couple days ago and she was like, "Oh my gosh, like this is unbelievable." And you want to know the coolest thing about Brianna's story really quick is that I met her in Vegas 2 weeks ago when we were there for our retreat, and it's just such an amazing story. And so welcome Brianna too. So you guys, let's dive
Yes,
into
thank
a
you.
little bit more with metabolic health, okay? Now, Metabolic health, you guys, I want you to understand this. This is total body health, okay? This is literally could be a change in the way that you live life every single day and the way you feel every single day, along with your longevity of life. Like, this is huge, okay? And first off, our metabolic health system, we call it our daily health system. There's 2 products in there, and I'm going to break down each product. But metabolic health in general, just so that you all understand what it really means and what it really is, it is 5 different indicators, okay? So I just want you, just like Jen did, just as I'm talking, drop in the chat if any of the indicators that I list are a problem area for you, okay? And you can just type the word in, okay? But one of the indicators is your blood sugar levels, okay? That is one of the indicators of good metabolic health. The second indicator is blood pressure. The third is your cholesterol levels. The fourth is your triglycerides. And then the fifth is your waist circumference. Okay. Now, most of the time when I ask this question, most people have 3 to 5 of those that are factors that they are having a struggle with, right? And so what I want you to understand is that when something that I'm going to share with you can do so many things, including all 5 of those indicators, it literally makes you feel like a new person, okay? So number 1 is our product called Transform, and this is one part of the daily health system. Our product called Transform is I'll call it a blood sugar regulation product, just so you can understand the meaning behind it. But it is novel plant technology that transforms glucose, so the sugars within your gut, to dietary fibers. You guys, it is unbelievable. And it is something that is truly only with Trinot, which is really, really incredible. Okay. Now, we have had this product since last October. I'm almost positive that's when it was. And the amount of testimonies, the amount of people that have been on that were simply just on the Transform and what it was doing for anyone who put on a monitor or checked their blood sugar levels, instantly could see results, you guys. This is what was so cool about it, is that they could see results whether they went high in their blood sugar levels, or what most people don't even realize is when they're dropping low in their blood sugar levels. Many people will say, oh, I'm just tired, or, oh, I was feeling fatigued this day, or whatever it may be. No, actually, you might have had a blood sugar issue, okay? And so many people were seeing these incredible results. But what is really cool, and actually just something that we learned about recently at our convention that we just had, was that we have actual human clinical studies done. Trinot has gone out of their way to work with a company in Australia that is doing human clinical studies. And what they found was they took people who had Red Bull, pasta, and instant mashed potatoes. And they watched the results of these people and their glycemic index on some of those really high foods, right? And watched that they had a 10 to 12% reduction after taking this product. Now, this is something that would normally, spike a blood sugar level. And what was happening within the gut was that dietary fiber was helping with that reduction. So again, many people who go through different blood sugar issues, when they are monitoring this, they are seeing, holy cow, I can see almost instantly a result with this product, okay? That in itself is incredible. So that hits the blood sugar aspect of the 5 indicators of metabolic health, all right? But then what our company did was pair this incredible drink called Activate with the Transform, so that now you have total metabolic health in that daily health system. The Activate, you guys, and drop in the comment if you're drinking our Activate. It is literally the most delicious drink that I have had. And I've had a lot of different supplemental drinks over my years, let me tell you. And this one, they nailed it. They nailed the taste. They nailed what it can do. They nailed how you can get so much in one, like a big bang for your buck. I'm a total deal shopper, you guys. So if I can get more bang for my buck, it is unbelievable, okay? So with this drink, let me just tell you, and then I'm going to go through some of the ingredients on it because you will be blown away. But within this drink, this is what everything that it can do. It can help improve all those other metabolic factors, okay? So we talked about the other 4, right? It also can help with improving and helping with that appetite control. I don't know about you, but there's a big buzzword all over, right, you guys? and it's GLP-1. And there are so many synthetic things people are doing out on the market right now. And GLP-1 is a huge, huge market, right? And with these synthetic things that people are doing, a lot of times people have side effects. They are having issues that they don't even know about for the future. It is affecting the gut in different ways. And so what is really incredible with this product is the plant ingredients in here that naturally help to increase your GLP-1 hormone. And this is a hormone that stems already within your gut. You guys already have it, okay? So what it does is it naturally increases that hormone so that it tells your brain and your body, okay, you've had enough. Like, I don't need to overeat my massive bowl of pasta, right? Or what I've always told people, and you have to understand this as well, when it comes to metabolic health, you can take phenomenal supplements that are going to be those great tools, right? But you also need to start to do things that are going to help you for the long run. And that is to eat better, make better choices on food, right? Move your body. So what a lot of my clients have been doing is I'm telling them, hey, go for your proteins and your veggies first and see by the end, because they're taking our Activate drink, if you even want to eat a lot of those carbs. Most of them are saying, oh my gosh, Lauren, I barely wanted to touch them, okay? And so also what happens with this drink is that it naturally helps with metabolism boosting. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that when I talk about the ingredients, okay? It improves circulation within the body, improves the body composition, and then helps, this is huge, you guys, helps preserve lean muscle mass. So this is my own little testimony here, but I was not somebody looking to lose weight. I'm a very active person. I have always worked out. I lift heavy. That's just the type of person I am, and I've eaten well most of my life. I, though, know how important metabolic markers are, and I want to make sure that as I'm turning to that 40 years old and over, that they continue to be that healthy, okay? And what my number one thing is, I wanted to grow in my muscle tone. I wanted to make sure that as I age, my muscle was also getting stronger. And knowing that the preservation of lean muscle mass is there with this, instead of those stimulants and instead of those synthetic things that people are using that actually decrease their lean muscle mass very quickly, okay? And let me tell you, without your muscle mass for the future, a lot of things can go wrong within your body, because this helps protect so many things, all right? So with that being said, I have to read you all, I know I write my notes, okay? So let me read you this. These are the ingredients within this drink. Lemon verbena, and what this plant can do is help defend against free radicals, reducing oxidative stress within the body. You guys, oxidative stress is massive. People will go and do hyperbaric chambers, those crazy little float things. They'll go, we get massages to help with this. We have so many factors that incorporate within our oxidative stress. So anything we can do to lower that is huge. When I saw that in the drink alone, I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible, because we all need to lower our stress levels. Hibiscus, this helps with that inflammation piece, that appetite reduction. It helps reduce levels of sugars and fats within the blood, reducing swelling throughout the body and helping with the blood pressure. L-arginine, which is an amino acid to help increase the nitric oxide production. So that's getting your natural energy production as well. But what I want you to understand is our arteries look like this, you guys. And as we age, they build up with plaque. And that plaque doesn't go anywhere as we age. But what happens is nitric oxide helps to expand the arteries so that the blood can still flow cleanly. And so many people who have, types of blood flow issues, when they take a natural product like this, it instantly helps with that boost. Okay. Also promotes insulin secretion with L-arginine. We also have non-fermenting prebiotics in here, polyphenols, that protection against the body's tissues and the body's organs with these oxidative stress as well. There's blood orange in here. And actually we have a Moro blood orange from Italy that we use specifically. This helps also to protect the cells and reduce those free radicals within the body. And then we have yeast-grown B vitamins in here, you guys. And this is what's really cool. These help to convert carbs into fuel, also help the body use fats and proteins, and crucial for that brain function, as well as helping balance hormones. You guys, we have seen so many people within their perimenopause phase that have seen massive results with even those symptoms due to this product Activate, okay? So with that being said, all of that together is our daily health system, okay? Is our daily health system. And those are the two products that help with this total metabolic health. So everything that I just shared about is, again, massive for keeping your body in the best health that you can possibly be as you age for the future. Okay. So with that being said, I have 2 testimonies I want to bring on. I have Celia, who's going to talk about our Transform product. And then I have Teresa, who's going to talk about our Activate and our daily health system in general. So okay, you can pull on, oh, Mindy, I think I can, no, Celia, you're there. So if you can just unmute yourself, I think you're good.
Yeah, hi.
Thank you.
Hi, my bright light just died. Okay, so I am Celia. I have had PCOS for the last, gosh, I want to say 20 years, and I found out with my oldest daughter that's what I had. And so it's been always explained to me that it was an insulin resistant issue. And so when I had my daughter, my first daughter, I actually had what is that? Where you have like a preeclampsia. I had preeclampsia. I'm so sorry. Preeclampsia, and that caused me to have like an early labor. And so I had always had trouble even after I had her. I had late periods. I had they were 6 weeks apart. I was totally out of my BMI. For my height, for being 5'1", I was 170, 180 pounds. I mean, I could gain weight so easily, and I wasn't taught how to balance my weight or how to balance my nutrition and things like that. And so having something like that, and then being infertile for 7 years, we tried for 7 years to have our second child. And I was told once I got into my BMI that was something that would lessen, that would help. And so it was always such a struggle for me to get into my BMI, to gain and lose weight. I mean, I could gain 5 pounds in a weekend, and then I would have the most uphill battle trying to lose it for the next month. And so, food was not fun to me at all. I could not go to the local fair and just, be a foodie and eat whatever I want. I constantly had to watch what I put in my mouth. And so, when I was about to turn 40 in November, Trinot came out with the product called Transform in October. And, understanding that PCOS is a insulin resistant issue, I was so excited about it and how it could help me, even though I didn't wear like a blood glucose monitor and I didn't do any of those things. I just knew that with the PCOS, I always had to watch what was, being put into my mouth and how my body would react to it. And so trying it out, having 1 to 2 pills per meal, for me, 1 per meal was enough. And I was actually, instead of measuring my food, now I could actually feel my stomach getting full. And I never had that before. There was always room for one more bite. And what I loved about this is that I was actually getting fuller faster, and it was sending that signal to my brain and my body. It was like, oh my God, I can't eat anymore. And then it was like within 3 or 4 weeks, and not all the results are going to be the same. They're not all the same at all. But for me, I was able to lose 9 pounds in those first 4 weeks. And so it was a huge deal for me to be able to be on my birthday eating birthday cake and also be on my menstrual cycle. Like it really helped me with those things. And so now what I love about it is that it really is an enzyme that turns sugar and carbs into fiber. So I can eat a piece of bread, and take a Transform before. And I tell everybody, I truly feel the transfer from sugar to fiber, because I will be going to the bathroom and having a really nice, healthy, digestive, bathroom. It's amazing. Like, it is incredible for me to not be constipated or not feel like, I am getting stomach aches from the things that I'm actually eating. My food and my carbs, my sugar is turning into fiber. And that is one thing that I actually really love about it.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that so much, you guys. And that's the thing too, is, some of these things are kind of like taboo topics to talk about when you're like, oh, I am going to the bathroom better and things like that. but it's reality of what makes people feel better, you know, and it's reality of what and how we continue on to live in the best way possible. I always say what we do for a living literally is help people to live a better and fuller life and be more present, be better moms, be better dads, whatever that may be better for everybody around them, right? Because we're feeling better. You can do more when you feel better. So that's huge. So let me just bring on Teresa for our last testimony, and then hold on, let me find her. She might have, Teresa, are you still on here? Oh, I saw her hop off and get back on. So let me see. Yes, I see her. Okay, Teresa, go ahead and unmute yourself.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for having me. My name is Teresa. I have been taking the DHS system since both products since the beginning of April. I had started off with just taking Transform, and excuse me, and I have been somebody that has been overweight my entire life. I've tried every diet under the book. I have had weight loss surgery, had a really bad experience with that. And before I found the DHS system, I actually was taking some of those synthetic shots. And I did lose some weight, but not nearly the amount of inches and the inflammation that I've lost that I have on the DHS. So my first month of taking Transform, I honestly didn't think it was working because I wasn't noticing anything different. You know, so then I introduced both of the Transform and the Activate together. And within a month's time, I could tell my face had shrunk, like amazingly shrunk. And within 6 months, I've gone down 3 pant sizes and I've lost about 13 inches from my midsection. And it's just, I love the taste of it. I crave it. And it's really has changed the way you think about food, and it's not synthetic is what I like. You know, there's so many times I put so many bad things into my body. It's nice to know that I can take this and that everything's just natural and it's actually working and you feel good.
Yes. Yes. I love that. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you so much. And yeah, that's why I wanted her to share, you guys, because it is someone who, you know, came from doing something that is the taboo thing right now, you know, and so many people are looking for those natural ways to accomplish certain things. And what's incredible again is what you see out there and what people are doing is only hitting that one aspect of the GLP-1, when again, metabolic health markers literally are so much more than that. And again, for your longevity, for your daily health, there's so much more you need to hit on, and to be able to use plants to do this is just absolutely incredible. And we have thousands of testimonies more, just like the ones that you just heard about now. So I'm going to throw it back to Mindy to close us out here.
Oh my gosh, what an amazing health talk, you guys. We got so much information. I am so excited. Thank you so much for all of you sharing your testimonies. What incredible information, Lauren and Jen. Thank you so much. We're so excited for you. And here's what I can say. Okay. These health products have blessed so many people. And one of the big things that cause issues with our health is actually stress. Okay. Stress can cause all kinds of issues. And the number one stressor is actually finances. And, you know, if you think about it, what are the top 2 New Year's resolutions that everybody has? In January, everybody's going to want to get healthy, right? And they're going to be looking for ways to do that. But then what's the second thing that everybody wants to improve or change? It's their finances. You know, money doesn't buy you happiness, but being broke doesn't either. Money is about options. It determines the house you live in, the car you drive, the time you spend with your family, the vacations you go on or you don't go on. So what I love that we do is we provide options and solutions to the things that people really want to improve or change. And so if you're looking at this and you're like, oh my gosh, I love these products, right? I've got to get these products in my life, but I also have a sister who needs these products. I have a brother who needs these products. My aunt needs these products. You're thinking about all of these people who you love that you want to share this with. We have an incredible business opportunity attached to this if any of you want to learn more about that. So here's what I recommend. No matter what, get back with the person who invited you onto this health talk. They can send you their link so that you can order these products, but also ask them about the opportunity attached if you're thinking about you want a secondary stream of income or want to make this your first, right? This is something that has blessed me and my family. It's blessed many other people. And so get back with the person who invited you on. They can send you some more information, send you a video, or invite you to a webinar that explains more about the opportunity and how this can bless you in your life. So we are so excited that all of you joined us. Thank you so much. And we'll see all of you at all of our events we have going on. Congratulations to all of you with the success that you've had with your health. We're so excited for you. We'll see you all very soon. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.